Welcome back. My name is Forrest. I invest in stuff and you should too. In today's video, I want to run 3 big plays that I'm actually in this year and that I think could actually make anyone who plays these a lot of money. But before I dive into that, huge disclaimer per usual, this is just for entertainment purposes. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a good-looking guy on the internet who talks about finances and shares my own personal journey. If you're not aware, I'm currently sitting at an account value of about $300,000. I started at 0 and we're going all the way up to $1 million and beyond on this channel. The other important thing is if you're new here or if you are stopping by again and you still aren't subscribed, go ahead and hit that button, and while you're down there pressing stuff, hit the like button too. Highly appreciate it. Trying to get this 10,000 subscribers and you just might be the next one. Thank you very much. So enough of that, let's jump right in. The first one on this list, I actually own 30,100 shares of this stock. I think it is a great buy. It is my big bet for the year. I'm hoping that it 10x's and actually gets me net hopefully around $300,000 on this, and that is CHEK stock ticker CHEK. I'll actually jump into my portfolio to show you my holdings of this right now. So we are now in Robinhood, which I'm still using. Don't flame me. I am in the process of transferring these out of here. But in any case, you can see here CHEK closed at $1.88 last week. My current position, I own 30,100.004458 shares with a market value of $56,000 and some change. Currently 18.19% of my portfolio with a total return of $6,000. That's fine. This is a long-term hold, like I said. Not really interested in the near-term volatility. This thing, if we go out to the 1-month chart, you can see it's up and down. It's hovered at about, $1.80. Actually spiked up to around $2.20, I believe, at one point, $2.30 actually, which was nice to see. But I'm actually looking way bigger than that. So what does CHEK actually do? What are they involved in? They are a company who has created a novel or a new way to do cancer screenings, colon cancer screenings in a non-invasive way. So they're not the first company to do or create a non-invasive cancer screening in this way. Other companies have done it, but the actual screening technology that is in the pill that you swallow does a radiation type of scanning, or think of almost like an internal x-ray that happens as you're swallowing the pill. So a little bit different in that regard, and kind of the old school way to do it was via a camera, which would film things, which I believe the limiting factor there is then, what can the camera actually see, whereas this uses radiation technology, etc., to get a more holistic picture. So why is this important? I think that, one, we know that people really don't like getting colon cancer screenings. A non-invasive way to get that initial screening to see if you actually need an invasive procedure later is super valuable. A lot of people, or not, I'd say some of the dissenters say, well, you still have to get an invasive screening later. That's fine, but it's different versus saying, hey, you need to get this screening because we know that you have colon cancer, versus we're just going to do this invasive screening to see what we find. So anything that allows people to continue to live their lives comfortably, a ton of value there, because we're all human beings and we're really simple like that. So what is my target price? My current target price for CHEK is at least $10. I think once they get through FDA approval, which they haven't done yet, I think this thing will explode. This is a big bet. So before you jump in and YOLO all your money into this, one, I'm not a financial advisor, again, and two, realize that this could just go to zero. So this is totally a big bet. That's the way that I play this portfolio. Again, this is not all of my money. This is just, again, in this portfolio that I do for my big bets, swing trading, momentum trading, all of that. So that is CHEK number 1 on my big bets for the year to become a millionaire. Number 2 on my list of stocks that I think can turn you into a millionaire is MSOS, which stands for Advisor Shares Pure U.S. Cannabis ETF. So unless you've been living in a shoebox or some other small contained space for some reason that blocks you from following news sources, I don't know. Cannabis is back on the docket for U.S. federal legalization. Obviously, we know that it is legal at the state level in a few other places, or decriminalized, meaning it's not legal, but you're not going to get in a lot of trouble. They basically just slap you on the wrist and say, hey, don't carry a ton of weed on you, just carry smaller amounts. So what does federal deregulation actually do for us? One, it means that companies who are actually selling cannabis or weed products can do so like you would sell any other product. Right now, if you start a dispensary, you really are constrained from a legal standpoint in the way that you can operate. You can't sell stuff across state boundaries, taxes, or you don't have as many tax incentives and things like that. There's all these constraints that go along with the business, which are ultimately hampering returns. So this opens the floodgates. I think that any business that can be profitable in this space, we can expect the valuation of those businesses to skyrocket. And what I really like about MSOS is that it's a pure US based ETF. We've seen a lot of things like Sundial as an example. I've done another video on, did some momentum trading on that, made a ton of money, but that is a Canadian company. And while I do think that some Canadian companies might do deals or get acquired or expand into the US market, companies that are here now doing cross-state business and making money are really the companies that I would want to be looking in and investing in deeply. And this ETF is a great way to invest in all of those and really let the fund manage investing in these individual companies. So this is my big bet. To be fair, I'm not currently in this right now because all of my equity is tied up, but you will see me invest in this heavily in the near future as soon as I get some more cash. All 300,000 of my dollars, sorry, not 3,000, all 300,000 of my dollars in this account right now are just all in plays that I really, really like. I've actually swapped around some of it already. If you want a more inside look at the stuff that I'm doing, take a look at my Patreon, by the way. You'll get an early inside look into that, access to private Discord channels, all that stuff. Link is down in the description. But in any case, I just don't have the cash on hand. So as I get more cash on hand from some of my other business dealings, I will be investing that immediately into MSOS. I easily, again, this is a 10x stock. Guys, I don't know what the timeline is on this, but you don't want to be getting in, whenever the Senate announces that this bill is up for a vote. Is at that point, it's already going to have 2x, 3x, and you'll be a little bit too late. So buy, hold. That's the way to make money in this game. All your big bets, buy and hold. Believe in them. Unless something happens that changes your investment thesis, just sit tight. It's that simple. This third one is a contentious one. I'm sure people are going to have a lot of thoughts about this one down in the comments, maybe, assuming this video gets any views, but that is RIOT blockchain. So blockchain technology, BTC, all of that, super hot right now. The price of Bitcoin actually cracked over $55,000. I think it's at $56,000 right now at the timing of this video. Let's actually just jump into my Robinhood account again and take a look at this. So we can now see here the price of RIOT blockchain is right at $71.35 on the close. If we zoom out to their 1 month, we can see that this has had some explosive growth. I've actually missed this bus entirely myself, was not invested. It was down at $20 back in early February, and now we're up to $71. And that is because RIOT, their company, they're a Bitcoin mining company. So basically what happens is anytime the price of Bitcoin skyrockets, you could either go from your mining operation to being completely unprofitable to exceptionally profitable. And so the value in constantly mining or having an operation that is ready to go is that whenever these things spike, you already have the hashing power or the mining power in place to get these coins. So what does it actually mean for the company since they mine Bitcoin? Basically, they have all of these computers who are sitting somewhere just as a mining pool, and they're rewarded with Bitcoin. So the value of their company is directly related to their ability to mine Bitcoin. And as Bitcoin increases in value, that means that every single Bitcoin that they mine gives them way more money. And so as the price of Bitcoin increases, you can basically look at this as a correlated company to the price of Bitcoin. So if you don't want to invest in Bitcoin directly, if you don't have the ability to, if it's something that you're not really sure how to deal with the wallets and all of that, you can invest in a company like RIOT blockchain that is doing this. So why is it a contentious topic? RIOT blockchain has had a shaky history. They used to be in a different business before they got into mining. Personally, I don't think that's that big of a deal. A lot of companies will start out in one vertical or one industry and then realize that that's not going to work out, and so they'll reshift. They'll use the capital before they run out to shift into a more profitable business. I think that that's just someone being pragmatic and is a good idea. Why, try at something that isn't going to work, especially when you have something an operation with a huge potential return like it is now. So definitely we should take these things into account 100%. It makes sense when you look at leadership, the decisions that they make, but I also think you need to look at the business as it is today. Are they set up really for current success, and are they set up for future success? And I think that this is a great play, especially when we talk about how we want to play this, which is options. I love options. You all probably know by now I love options. You can see I have tons of options every time I show my portfolio. I love leverage and options. Put those two together, and as Bitcoin skyrockets, which I think it will, up to the 6 figures here in the next few years, I essentially can play a call options on a company like RIOT Blockchain, and as its price exponentially increases, I can get some crazy leverage returns on this. And so what I would do, which I haven't done yet, but I plan to do as soon as I have some more capital, is buy some RIOT blockchain leaps. Leaps technically is anywhere from 3 months out to 1 year. It's just call options. Something with a decent, delta on it, nothing too crazy. The IV on this, or the intrinsic volatility, is pretty high at the moment. Or I should say the intrinsic value and volatility is very high at the moment due to the volatility increasing. But if we just take a look at the option chain, let's go out to January 21st, 2022, and let's look at some $75 call options, and let's look at the Greeks on this. So delta 0.7. Theta is still pretty low. It's kind of high right now. But generally speaking, with the amount of activity that's seeing right now, I think this would be a great momentum trade. It can be a great long-term leap play if you hold on to this for a few months and just ride the wave upwards as Bitcoin goes up. High risk, high reward. That's the way that I play it. Again, this video is about turning a few bucks into $1 million. So these are some of my big plays, the big bets that I am making. In every portfolio, you're going to have some winners and you're going to have some losers. So my advice to you is that if you're going to YOLO into anything, be super confident about it. Accept the fact that you might lose and you might have to do another YOLO after a few months. You can spread it out like I do. I don't really YOLO into anything. I have my money spread out I have my money spread out across a bunch of different positions. Sometimes I consider YOLOing into anything. I might if I ever super believe in something, but I'm not that risky, guys. I'm pretty risky, but I'm not that risky. I don't know if I could YOLO something. But in any case, I have a lot of great plays here. Tell me what plays you're making this year. What are you trying to make $1 million out of? I really want to know. If you have a great thesis, drop it down in the comments. Join my Discord. Link is down in the description. Leave it there. I'll be talking about my trades going into every week there as well. And definitely, if you want to support my channel, if you like this content, if you make some money on some of these positions, consider joining my Patreon. Highly appreciate it. Show you support me. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for stopping by. Until the next one, stay frosty. Love you. Forced out.